Hello, welcome friends. I am Melinda VanKirk. I'm going to be leading us in a yoga slow flow for manifestation. We'll be doing a lot of heart opening poses and just a little bit of meditation and Shavasana at the end. So otherwise, we are going to start today on our backs in Shavasana. So let's just come to lying down for a moment, finding yourself a comfortable position. Let your feet come long, toes towards the corners of your mat, rolling your shoulder blades under. Let the palms face the sky. And if it's comfortable for you, just begin to close your eyes. And I'm going to sit up for this beginning Shavasana, so please just come into what feels comfortable for you in this moment. And we'll begin to flow together. So first, finding your breath, noticing its quality, noticing how it is in this moment without any judgment. So perhaps it's a little quick, a little frenzied. Maybe you're rushing to get set up, or maybe you're really tired and it's quite slow. But just noticing, allowing the breath to flow in and out through your nose, finding that natural rhythm. And focusing on evening the length of the inhale and the length of your exhale. So perhaps counting in for a count of 4. And exhaling for 4. And if that feels a little quick, lengthen it to 5 or 6. Finding what feels right for you in this moment. And our intention for class today is to manifest something that you have been dreaming about for a while in your life. So I invite you to bring in whatever it is that perhaps you'd like to come about. So perhaps that's a personal feeling. It could be financial. It could be relationships. Whatever it is that you want to bring in. And then I'd like you to cultivate the feeling that this generates for you. So when you envision yourself in this space of wherever it is you'd like to be, or whatever it is you want to have, or however it is you want to behave in your life, and just feel what that feels like in your heart center. And know that whenever you're feeling doubtful or scared, you can come back to this place in your heart center and find that gratitude and the love and this feeling that you feel right now. That is always there for you. You are never alone. You always have supporters around you. And you're always able to bring in whatever it is you want to bring into your life. So it's a matter of finding that self-love and pushing the doubt aside and truly beginning to believe in yourself and believe that you can cultivate this future for yourself. So now that you've set your intention and your desire for manifestation, I invite you to breathe in together. So exhale out the breath completely. Breathe in deeply through your nose. Let your belly expand, your ribs, your chest pause at the top. And then exhale out the mouth, sighing this intention out into the universe. Beginning to surrender it, letting go and knowing that this will happen for you. And that the universe will help co-create and send you these inspirations on how to take the action. So letting go of the hows and just bringing in the what, and knowing that it could be this or something better. So not attaching yourself to the outcome. Now let's begin to move into our movement practice today. Let's go ahead and extend your arms straight overhead. Extend your legs out, feet are maybe about hip width distance apart. Flex your toes towards the sky, and then grab opposite elbows. And really try to get around the elbows with your hands, taking this frame over your head. Keep extending through your heels. Let your shoulders come up by your ears and just settle in for a couple breaths. One more nice inhale. Again, lengthening the inhales and exhales to be the same. And then once again, releasing your arms. Extend arms overhead, hands overhead. Grab for the opposite grip. It's going to be the funky grip that feels a little awkward in your body. It's okay. Once you find it, just settle in. Feel that opening through the sides of your body into your armpits. Reopening all around the heart today. I like to think of the heart center as in the center of my chest. And energetically, that's where it is. When we look at the chakra system. But allowing that feeling to expand 360 degrees as if it's a sun in the center of your chest, radiating out love and gratitude. And then release your arms, release your elbows. Let your hands come down by your sides for a moment. Bend through your knees. Place your feet on the mat. We're going to set up for bridge pose, taking a dynamic bridge. So we're going to add movement into this, just to begin with a little bit of flow. So as you lift hips, we're going to lift arms overhead, just so you know where we're going. All right, inhale, press your low back down. Feel that concave shape in your navel center. And begin to lift up, letting your arms extend all the way up to the ground behind you. Back of your hands on the ground. And then we'll exhale down, lowering hands, slowly lowering hips, allowing the low back to press and then release, even giving a little tilt the other way as a little arch comes into the low back, just to feel that movement in the spine. And we're going to take this 2 more times. As you inhale, press your low back, begin to lift your arms for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lower down for 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the low back. Feel that little bit of arch. And again, pressing the low back. Lift the hips high for 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower down for 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Go ahead and hug your knees into your chest. Do a little rock side to side just to release your low back. And then we're going to rock and roll up and down on our spine. So let your hands come to the back of your thighs. And let's take a few nice big rocks. Letting your toes even come behind you. Maybe 3 or 4. And just help to release tension in the spine, the low back. And then come all the way up to seated. And we'll make our way into tabletop. All right, let's come into our rounds of cat and cow. Placing your palms on the mat. Inhale, lower your belly. Broaden through your collarbones, lift your chest, open through the heart. Then as you exhale, round through the spine, chin to chest, press the mat away. Imagine the back of your heart pressing up towards the ceiling or the sky. And inhale, lowering the belly, tailbone lifts, gaze lifts. Really press your heart between your arms. Exhale, round the spine, tailbone first, rolling into the mid-back. Letting chin come to chest and pressing the mat away once again. Feeling that center space on the back of your heart. Let's take one more round with your breath. Inhale to cow. And exhale, round to cat. And then coming back to center. We're going to make our way into puppy pose. So walk your hands to the corners of your mat. Sink your heart down. And just let your forehead rest. Hips can stay high. You should get a really nice stretch through the whole side of your rib cage, right into your underarms. This is one of my favorite stretches to do, especially before the first down dog of the day. If you're feeling really open, you can let your chin come to the mat. Letting your heart sink in. Anahatasana. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 58 59 60 61 62 63 64 65 66 67 68 69 70 71 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 80 81 82 83 84 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 100 101 102 103 104 105 106 107 108 109 110 111 112 113 114 115 116 117 118 119 120 121 122 123 124 125 126 127 128 129 130 131 132 133 134 135 136 137 138 139 140 141 142 143 144 145 146 147 148 149 150 151 152 153 154 155 156 157 158 1 Inhale, begin to walk yourself back up to tabletop. We'll take a thread the needle with our arms from here. As you inhale, right hand lifts high, gaze lifts. Take that twist up and exhale, lower down. Lower your right shoulder and right temple to the mat. Come up onto your left fingertips and begin to draw your gaze kind of under that left elbow. So taking a little bit of a twist, opening through the back of our hearts, the back of our shoulders. Just staying for a couple breaths. Lower the hand down. Press into your left palm. Inhale, right fingertips lift. And exhale, lower back to tabletop. And we'll take this to the other side. Right palm plants. Inhale, left arm lifts. Gaze lifts. Exhale, thread the needle. Left arm comes underneath. Pressing your left shoulder blade, left temple to the ground. Coming up on your right fingertips. Taking that little twist. Gaze lifts slightly. Keeping your head on the ground, but just like little tilt of your head towards your right elbow. You should feel nice stretch through the whole back of your shoulder. And then right palm plants. Inhale, left fingertips lift. And exhale, come back to tabletop. And let's make our way to our first down dog. So tucking the toes, plant your palms. Send your hips nice and high, stretching through your underarms. Keep a nice deep bend in the knees. And I say this to people and they still look like this, okay? So if you feel like you're rolling forward on your mat, I'd like you to bend your knees, gaze between your thumbs for just a moment, and feel that length in your arms. Now let your head drop. Gaze comes back towards your toes. Press into each knuckle of your hand, thumb knuckles included, fingertips. Roll your elbows in towards one another and let your shoulders come down your back. Keeping that bend in the knees. Hips go high as if they're being pulled up to the ceiling. Now begin to do your little dance of straightening and bending one knee and then the other. One of my favorites is to come up high on the balls of my feet, lower my heels down, and then take that bend again in my knees, lengthening my spine and straightening. And this usually gets me into my tip-top down dog form. And if it's not comfortable, keep the bend in your knees. You want a long spine. It's not so much about the stretch in the back of the legs. One more breath here. Exhale, sigh it out, release. Now gazing forward, bend both knees. Let's take a little stroll to the top of our mats as quietly as you possibly can. And we're going to arrive in a forward fold. So let your head come down. Hands come down. Sometimes it's just nice to rest them on the ground or let them hang. If you're feeling nice and open, you can let them come to the back of your calves or ankles. Now release your hands, whatever you're holding on to. Let them come palm up if you're able to touch the ground. If you're up here, no worries. But this is just a nice gesture, so I like to bend my knees so my hands actually make it to the ground. My sits bones are going towards the ceiling, and I'm opening up in this gesture of gratitude, ready to receive whatever it is I've asked for. That's one of the keys to manifesting, is we have to be ready to receive. And if we ignore the signs we get, we can't expect to have anything wonderful happen if we don't take that inspired and lined action. So when we get these little jolts of inspiration, pay attention to them. Those might be your house of how you're going to manifest whatever it is you want to bring in. We have to overcome the fear, and we have to let go in order to receive. One more breath, and then flip the palms back down. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Let's come up halfway, palms to your shins. Bring your hands to prayer and then begin to come all the way up, bringing prayer hands through heart center, all the way up to the ceiling, baby back bend. Keeping a little engagement in your core to protect your low back. And exhale, release hands to heart center. Beautiful, yogis. Let's begin a little bit more movement just to begin to open up through the hips. Inhale, palms lift. Exhale, hands through heart center, prayer hands through the midline. Inhale, lift your heart halfway, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to a high plank. And you're always welcome to take plank on your knees. I've got a little bit of a wrist injury, so I'm going to take plank on my knees today to help protect my right wrist. We're going to lower down knees, chest, chin. So if you're already here, go ahead and bend your elbows straight back, hugging them into your body. Chest lowers, chin lowers, hips stay high. This nice caterpillar shape. And now lower all the way down, untuck toes, and begin to walk your toes out. Feel your hip points into the mat. Let your fingertips come wide, elbows point up towards the ceiling. And as you inhale, begin to lift through your heart. A little bit of pressure in the fingertips, but really think about lifting through the thoracic spine, the middle of your back. Trying to not take too much of an arch in the low back. And then let your shoulder blades drop down a little bit. A lot of back strengthening here. You might start to feel your heart beat a little bit faster. One more breath in. Exhale, lower down. Keep your hands just as they are. Pause for a moment. You can shake your hips side to side to release anything that might be building up there tension-wise. Inhale, lift your heart to center once again. And as you exhale, we're going to lower our right shoulders to the midline. Gaze comes up towards your left elbow. You should have a really nice stretch across the front of your shoulder. Oh, it's one of my favorite stretches. Inhale comes back to center. Exhale, lower your left shoulder, gaze to the right. Pause for a breath. Feel that lovely stretch. Inhale, come to center, lift your heart. Exhale, lower your heart back down. Plant your palms. Let's take a baby cobra here just for a moment. Lifting your heart, not real high, maybe even floating your palms. Let your shoulder blades squeeze together on your back. Lots of back strengthening. Exhale, lower down, palms plant. Press up to tabletop and press your hips high to downward facing dog. Notice your dog might feel a little different. You might be a little more open now. Inhale, right leg lifts to the sky, coming to a three-legged dog. As you exhale, draw your right knee in towards your nose, come up high on the ball of your left foot, look forward, and then try and step your right hand between your right foot between your hands. And it's okay if you need a little extra help to get your foot up there. And then drop your left knee as you arrive. Press on up. We're going to come to an Anjaneyasana. I always kind of like to start with this little bit of support on my thigh, my right thigh. And then untuck your toes as you're ready. Inhale, arms lift up overhead. Low crescent lunge. Begin to interlace your hands. Take your elbows wide, hands behind the back of your head. Keep drawing your right hip back. Left hip presses forward, chest lifts, heart comes up towards the sky. Stay for a couple breaths. And perhaps sinking in just a little bit deeper into the right knee. Really feeling that whole opening, the hips, the back, the chest. And then as you're ready, release, arms come up. Begin to straighten through your front leg. Fingertips to the ground. Flex your right toes, lower for a moment. Lower your chest towards your thigh. And then let's take a few point and flexes with our right toes. And notice how that feels. And then hold with your foot down. So you're feeling the stretch right across the top of your foot, all the way into your shin. This is such a nice stretch. We kind of don't stretch out this part of our body very much, do we? And then flex your right toes back towards your face. Let's come back into our low lunge. Inhale, arms rise. This time fingertips extend to the sky. We're going to take a little bit of pulsation, straightening through your front leg. Exhale, right fingertips come back, perhaps hovering the hands. And if not, take that little support. Keep drawing your right hip back. That'll help give you a little balance and stability. And you can also tuck the back toes for this. So inhale, back to low lunge. Exhale, straighten. One more. Inhale, lifts up. And exhale, right leg straightens. And then let your fingertips come down, forward fold. This time toes flex towards your face. And then walk your way back up to this runner's lunge. Palms plant, left knee lifts. Take a little twist to your right fingertips to the sky. Pause for a breath. Exhale, lower back down. Step back, down dog. Notice the lengthening you feel in the right side of your body. Let's take this to the left. Inhale, left foot lifts high. Exhale, bring your left knee towards your chin, and then all the way through, pausing for a moment in this runner's lunge, and then dropping the right knee down, press on up, palms to thigh for just a moment as you get your alignment. Left hip comes back, right hip presses forward. Untuck toes as you're ready. Feel that balance. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, interlace hands the funky way, the wrong way, what it feels like wrong. Place them behind your head. Thumbs just right at the base of your skull. Lift your heart. Once again, a little bit of navel towards spine, core engagement to protect your low back. And as you exhale, perhaps sinking in just a little deeper to the lunge. Let your face relax. Give yourself a little smile. Let your heart smile forward. And then releasing the hands down, straightening through your front leg. Let's take that point and flex with the left foot again. Just feeling into the stretch. I love these little pulses because it really helps us kind of feel into our bodies before we hold the pose. And then hold the pose, toes down or pointed. Feel that stretch again right through here. For me, it's a huge stretch today. And always being mindful of what feels okay for you. So if something doesn't work, back off a little bit. Some days I just sit in child's pose for 10 minutes while I'm really tired. That's okay. You're in your practice. You're here, and it's okay to modify. And then as you're ready, let's press up to our low lunge. And we'll take those pulses into our Ardha Hanuman. Fingertips come back. Inhale, lift up. And again, you can tuck the back toes. That's going to give me a little stability. Exhale, straighten through the front leg. Much better that way. Inhale, lift. And exhale, half split. Pause and hold for just a breath, toes flexed. And then bend back through your left knee, palms plant, lift your right knee. Inhale, left fingertips to the sky, taking the twist. 2 breaths. Letting your heart come up. And exhale, lowering down. Palms plant, let's step back to down dog. Take a nice slow flow together. Inhaling, roll forward to high plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin. Lower down onto your belly. Inhale, coming to low cobra. Exhale, roll down. Press yourself back up, however you like. Downward facing dog. And let's just do a few more poses to wrap up our practice today. Coming into Malasana, I'm going to take it with a hop. You can walk yourself up. But go ahead if you want to hop with me. Bend your knees, bottom to the sky. Gaze forward. And then just take a nice little squat jump. Lower down. And I'm going to face you for this one. Palms to heart center. Pressing your elbows into your knees. This is the version I like to take. Everyone has different shapes and lengths of legs, so mine looks much more like a frog squat. Your knees might not be this high up compared to your torso, so you can adjust. So take the version that works for you. I tend to turn my toes out a little bit more and take a wider stance. That's just how I'm built. One more breath here. Then go ahead and lower hands to the ground. Let your sits bones come up. Take a little bit of a wide leg forward fold. Hang your head. Inhale, slowly rise, palms to the midline. Come on up, baby back bend. And exhale, hands to heart center. And lowering down for a couple final stretches before our Shavasana. Let's come into Janu Sirsasana. So left leg comes long, right foot comes to the inside of your left thigh. Take a little twist to your right first and just a little bit of lowering down. I like to use my fingertips just to feel that counter twist. Then begin to press yourself up. Let your torso come in line with your left leg. Lengthen through your spine on the inhale. Exhale, lowering down. Taking this into a twist, I like to grab at the outside of my foot or calf. Bend through the left elbow. Use your fingertips. Give that little bit of leverage and move into the twist a little deeper. And inhale, come up halfway, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, lower. And if you find you're looking forward, let your chin come in towards your chest to lengthen the back of your neck. Inhale, lifts up. A little bit of a counter twist to your right. And let's take it to the other side. Excuse me. Right leg extends. Left foot to the inside of your thigh. Again, taking that little twist over to your left. And a little bend forward just to feel into it. Feel into the back of your hamstring and opening your hip. Then press on up. Take the twist towards your right. Lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold, letting your left hand come to the outside of your foot or calf. Right fingertips to the ground. Take that little bit of twisting action. And I love to take these little pulsations with my breath. So as I inhale, coming up slightly. And exhale, hinging in a little deeper. And again, chin slightly towards the chest. Relax your face. Relax your jaw. Relax the space between your eyebrows. Inhale, release, come all the way back up. Little twist to the left. And then let's lower down into our backs. Once again, coming to Shavasana, but let's take a nice little spinal twist just briefly before we do that. Hug your knees into your chest. Extend left leg long, hug your right knee in. And then using your left hand, draw your right knee across the body. Right arm can extend out to the side. Perhaps gaze comes over your right shoulder. Nice stretch to the low back and outer hip. 2 breaths. Drawing your gaze back to center, right knee back in. Hug it in and then switch it out. Left knee comes in. Squeeze it in. Right hand draws left knee across your body, left arm out to the side. Oh, that had a nice crack for me. And then draw your gaze over your left shoulder. Let your left shoulder anchor back down to the ground if it's lifted up. 2 breaths. As you inhale, gaze to center, left knee hugs in. Hug left knee into the body, right knee into the body. Give a little rock side to side. And now extending legs for Shavasana. Perhaps you want to end your class in Supta Baddha Konasana, which is reclined bound angle or reclined cobbler's pose. So if you're taking this version, soles of your feet come together, knees come wide. Just get this nice hip opening. If this feels like any effort at all, please take Shavasana with legs out. Roll your shoulder blades under wherever you're at. Let your palms face the sky. And take this final minute of class for you. Coming back to your intention. So envisioning yourself in this space, this body, this mindset, with this house of your dreams or relationship of your dreams, and picture yourself there. And the more you can actually visualize yourself in the space, the more real it becomes, the more feasible it becomes, the more you let go of doubt, and the easier it is to surrender and believe. Because we create our own reality. We create with the universe. Our guides, our angels are there supporting us all the time. It's up to us to let go of this physical, three-dimensional ideal that we've carved out in our minds. We need to unlearn everything we've learned so that we can become the next version of us. This is how we evolve. Take 2 more breaths where you're at. Just relax the jaw. Let your eyes sit easy in the sockets and let your tongue rest in the bottom of your mouth. Beginning to take small movements, wiggling fingers and toes, making them a little bit larger as you go, perhaps even taking that nice full overhead stretch, Bend through both knees. Gently roll onto one side. Pause for just a moment, giving yourself some gratitude and gratitude for all that you have in your life, all the abundance, all those that support you and are here for you, all your teachers, guides, and angels. Gently press yourself up to seated, coming to a comfortable pose, drawing your hands to prayer in front of your heart. Thank you so much, friends, for joining me in this gentle, slow flow to manifest your dreams. I hope you have a wonderful day filled with love and light and peace. The light, the student, the teacher in me honors the light, the student, and the teacher in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you next time. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Namaste, yogis.